Okay, so November 19th, 2016, on my birthday, we get NXT Takeover Toronto. Now, I always think about now. I watch it on my Roku, so once it's a 2 hour mark, it stops and goes to the next show, which is aggravating as all get up. Which takes away from the show because it was a great show, but I have to try to go to my iPad to watch the final match. But here we go. Start off with like 2 choirs. See, glorious, 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 and then it's Bobby Roode, and the crowd. He's the heel. He's the bad guy. He's the Omega douche, and it's just the crowd is going, just singing the whole white down. And then it's Ty Dillinger, also white hot. Crowd is changed both, and you get the both these guys, this is awesome. Hadn't even touched yet. That is it. I walk my mind. Look. The arms of the hair of my arms, it's standing up. Now I shave, so I'm not allowed to stand up. I'm like, standing up. She goes, why? I'm like, because the crowd is hot for this. This is gonna be a great match, and it was an amazing match. Great back and forth. I love how they do the angry babyface flurry with a heel surviving it, cutting them off, the back and forth. Great match. You really thought Ty was going to win this match and avenge the destruction he suffered at the hands of Insanity. But towards the end of the match, Bobby throws Ty shoulder first into the ring post, hits his big DDT, 1, 2, 3. Everything gets even better. Bobby doesn't want to lift his arm up. And he's listening to music, and he goes, glorious! And I was like, that's it. That's perfect. No, don't raise my arm yet. It's like with the music. I did it. I beat that guy. You know, the mid-card face Carpenter. Which is great. He is the face version of what Tyler Breeze was. Amazing match. Great way to start things off. And then we go into the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I'm watching this match going, there's a weird structure. I'm like, oh, that's designed to help keep the cage that Paul Ellering is in. Ellering, sorry. Okay. I was like, they're going to jump off that. Sure enough, Orange Pants. I partially dig TM61. I think they're a solid tag team. They just don't do it for me. My wife actually jokes at the fact that they wear his really tiny jocks. So Orange Pants, I'll just start calling him Jeff, does the dive to the Office of Pain. Matt is ridiculously strong, actually slamming and back body dropping and like back suplexing the 300-pound behemoth out of the Authors of Pain. They hit Thunder Valley, and I'm like, were they? Oh, they didn't defeat him. I think they botched a spot with a chain. Paul drops a chain. One of the just mastodons grabs it, and I think it was supposed to factor into the finish, but Orange Pants blocks it, and it flies into the crowd. And I was like, I'm betting that was supposed to fall into the ground, and it was there's your souvenir. And they hit their final chapter, 1, 2, 3, Authors of Pain. Second name on that Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic trophy. Good. H is there. Regal is there. Goldust is there. Do their photos. Nice. I'm going to skip the tag match. I'll get that towards the end. I'm going to go right to the main event. Shinsuke came with a lot more violins. And it didn't seem like they were all playing, nor did they know what they were doing when they were there. In Brooklyn, that dude was amazing. When you see a guy almost Shinsukeing down to the ring, rocking a violin, that you can tell is plugged in, and he's adding another depth to the music. It's mind-blowing. Having, like, 30 violinists, most of them are just, like, that's, like, no. Even I know that's not how the sound of the violin would be at this point in time in the song. But I really dig Joe's utter disdain of, like, I fought Finn Balor a couple of times. I'm used to the whole, like, I come down to the ring, I just, like, stand there for, like, 5 minutes. You do your bit, I'm gonna get in the ring. Can I see your popcorn? This is gonna be a while, seriously. If you wanna go to the bathroom, go ahead. He's not gonna start until, like, 5 minutes from now. They're done. We're gonna start now. Cool. I'm trying to get paid by the hour. I'm just here to kill you. Take that belt and just go home, man. I've got some Halo and League of Legends to kick out at the Steam Team. Let's up. Let's go. Nice, hard-hitting affair. Crowd's white hot for it. Kinshasa, relatively early on, gets kicked out. Nice back and forth. Muscle Buster doesn't quite work. Alright. Nice back and forth. Joe takes a shot to the head and he's bleeding again. But now it's rather stopping the match. Joe hits a lot of really nice moves. Great impact moves. He's wearing Shinsuke out, just making the comebacks. He's getting stuffed. I loved the straight jacket suplex. I'm like, what? Nah, not the finish. Alright, cool. They go to the outside of the ring. After Joe eats a Kinshasa to the back of the head while being pretty much on like the middle rope, facing outside. Wicked sick looking spot. The ref's like, whoa. We just killed a man. Let me get out here and check on him. Ref's checking on him. Shinsuke's getting ready to just deliver another one. Joe is like, on my way, ref. Kick to the junk! The Undertaker punt the uprights. Shinsuke now talking 2 octaves higher. It's a one-arm slam. It's not the Kimura. It's Yugi Nada. It's a Yugi Nada right onto the steel steps. So junk kick. I'll break your back on the steel steps. Rolls him in the ring. Musclebuster 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, wow. Joe did it. Good for him. Shinsuke, I dig him. I think he's a really amazing athlete. But they don't do a lot with the champions. Which is kind of weird. You know, Finn Balor had more matches than Shinsuke. This felt like he did. Bayley was there like once every other week. She did something. Asuka, not so much. Shinsuke, not so much. And I think that the top division for NXT and the men, there's good talent, but they're not set up properly to make those transitions back and forth. So that's kind of sad, but it works. They've got enough people in that they can make it. You know, they can do enough transitional stuff before they find the direction they really want to go. Let's appreciate Shinsuke to maybe make a move to the main roster. Maybe. I don't think Shinsuke works very well main roster unless he goes to SmackDown. Or maybe, just maybe, they team him with Cesaro. Call it the IWC. Which would be pretty sick tag team. Mickie James, Asuka. Thank you, Triple H. Birthday present, see Mickie James wrestle. Actually, she's still in really good shape. And this match worked. It showed Mickie James was at the same level as Asuka. They push her as a legend. Asuka is a legendary wrestler. Nice back and forth. It seemed like she was going to actually win the title a couple of times, which was great. The crowd was into it. Ended up being going for the Asuka lock. Mickey's trying to fight out of it, and they did a lot of like back and forth, trying to reverse out, reverse out, reverse out, reverse out. Gets that leg that synced in, beats Mickey James. But this match was great. A blocked Mickey on the outside of the ring led to an ankle lock, which led to a trapped ankle German suplex on the outside of the ring. It's great. Asuka as a heel is fantastic. It's all back to kind of I'm making it frequently. The E is willing to shell out money for Goldberg, for The Rock. They throw dump trucks of money at Lesnar. Why don't they occasionally, for the big events, bring in some legendary female talent? Does Lita need to wrestle? No. Lita can work well in a storyline. Lita can be great for elevating someone to the next level. Trish can still go. Mickey can still go. I don't think Victoria has fully retired yet, but there's enough female wrestlers that still have some name value that you could have them do a one-off match here and there. I think it was a few years back, Team Bestie, which is Trish Stratus and Lita, threw out the idea that they should take on the Bellas at WrestleMania. Sure. Why not? It'd be great. It'd be an awesome match to have. Have like a women's tag match with those two legendary women. Pick any two of the horsewomen. Boom. Be like, hey, two of you fear the title, the other two, you get to have a marquee match taking on Trish and Lita. Boom. 2 matches, a lot of build-up, crowd investment, make it work. But the women's division, you can tell it's Asuka at the top, and then there's a big gap, and then it's everybody else. So the way for that one babyface to really just shine through, be the one to dethrone the heel. Okay. Now we're going into the actual long-form story. Team DIY and the Revival. Okay, main roster, you've got 10 tag teams in a match. Sorry, you will not be the best tag team match of this weekend. Sorry. An early Superman spear counter into the Shatter Machine puts them up 1-0. The middle section is so many just beautiful near falls. Working Gargano's legs. Them trying to get out of having Ciampa throw them in an arm breaker. Oh, Gargano just being beaten down. Ciampa trying to beat the tag champs by himself, one-handed, trying to occasionally get Johnny beat down, Gargano beat. I mean, it's just, they did an absolutely pitch-perfect match. They hit their finisher. We're tied 1-1 going to sudden death. Again, working Johnny's leg. Going for, the knee breaker. Oh, jeez. The Revival goes for the meet in the middle. Gargano and Ciampa finisher. Miscommunicate. Super kick to bald guy. I know it's Dash and Dawson. I just call them Revival because you don't see them in singles competition. Turns around, eats a Shatter Machine. 1, 2, crowd's going nuts. No, near count for a 3. And I'm like, oh, it's just, no. Why is it, when you go back to the women's division, 4 Horsemen, beautiful time. Men's division, when you had Zayn, when you had Owens, when you had Neville, when you had Finn Balor on the outskirts of it, when you had Hideo Itami on the outside, with Tyler Breeze, when you had that group going, solid. Now the tag division is just ridiculous. All these near falls. They slide a title into the ring. You see Gargano go for the rolling kick to the head. I think it's Dawson. This is the guy rocked the Lemmy with no head hair. Blocks the kick with the title, but still takes the title to the head because he's bleeding afterwards. It's like, oh, he's broken his shin. Right back to that reverse figure 4. Johnny deserves an Academy Award for that. Grimacing like he's giving birth to a semi. Just inching, and you're like, is he going to tap before he touches that rope? Touch that rope, and you're like, it's like mind-blowingly good. And then all of a sudden, comes down to the finish, and it's like, oh, alright, okay, crossface. Other one tries to go in? Nope. Ciampa stuffs him with the arm breaker. The Revival is holding each other's arms so they don't tap out to a stereotype in the crowd. It's like, ah! And it was just, you see him in the ring. I'm like this is a year-long build. They didn't win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic when they were officially became a tag team. They didn't win NXT Brooklyn. Neither one of them won the Cruiserweight Classic, but they had an amazing match against each other. With everyone thinking they're going to break them up, they're going to break them up. No. They give them that long form story of, and you win. And you win. Think back to The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler lost a lot. But then he won. When the chips were down, when all the cards hit the table, he won. And it was an amazing match. Now, think back to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, on his quest for the championship, he had that small detour that was Sheamus. And then he lost at like a pay-per-view. And then he pretty much got it back. Nothing wrong with having Roman lose a couple of times and then win it back. Sasha Banks. They did a good job in the long story of having her be ready for the title. Then they hop back and forth because of potential injuries, and it just doesn't seem to click as well. There was like, well, Bayley wins. Bayley needs to lose her first big match against Charlotte. I think it's going to be that short build-up time to the second match, where Charlotte should cheat to win, and Bayley wins the third time out. So when Bayley would then be the person who defeats Charlotte at a pay-per-view, takes the title, and if you do it in a 3-month format, that means they're pretty much looking at WrestleMania. Boom. Just picture women's division of WrestleMania on Raw. It's like Becky should fend off all comers. Then it comes time to WrestleMania. She should take on Nikki. Becky ends up being your match. If Nikki wins, she will have been launched Divas Champion. Should be a SmackDown Champion. There you go. Or if she loses, Becky gets another good solid feather in her cap, and they can build up somebody else to be the one to take it from her. There you go. Wrestling works best when it is simple. Simple, easy to follow, emotionally engaging, and it makes people go, like what you did there. Like what you did there. Overall, NXT Takeover, like all of them, definitely worth it. I am getting tired of the run over getting bumped from Roku, then having to watch it on my iPad. That's getting aggravating. If it happens tomorrow night, if it ends up being during the Goldberg-Lesnar match, I'm cool with missing them post-intro.